All right, boys and girls, this is Mr. Bedley again doing Excel lesson 13 from the 4th grade math. Today we're going to learn how to recognize fact families, and we're going to regroup in addition problems. When you add the numbers up, you're going to get a number larger than 20 and sometimes even larger than 30. It's going to get a little trickier on these addition problems. Not too tough though, so here we go. Read along with me. A fact family is made up of three numbers that are related using addition and subtraction or using multiplication and division. In the four problems shown below, 1, 2, and 3, make up an addition and subtraction fact family. There are two different kinds of fact families. There's one that has addition and subtraction in the family, and there's one that has multiplication and division in the fact family. We're just going to deal with addition and subtraction today. So it says to fill in the missing problems for these fact families. Let's do this first one together. We have the numbers 9, 6, and 15. You got to keep those numbers and make four different problems using those three different numbers. So 9 plus 6 is 15. Is there another way to make an addition problem besides having 9 first and then 6 and then 15 as a sum or an answer? Yes, we can switch the numbers, the add-ins around, and make it 6 plus 9 equals 15. That's another way to use those three numbers in an addition or a subtraction problem. Here's a way to use those numbers in a subtraction problem. 15 minus 6 is equal to 9. Notice we still have 9, 6, and 15. How else could we write that? Well, we could put 15 minus, not 6, because they already did that here, minus 9 equals 6. Notice that all four of these problems use the same three numbers, 6, 9, and 15. However, none of them are exactly alike. All right, you go ahead and try number 2 on your own. See if you can do all four of these problems with the answers. You're going to have 2 addition and 2 subtraction problems, and they have to use the same three numbers for all the problems. Pause the video, try that on your own, and then turn it back on. All right, so you should have already done all four of these problems. 8 plus 5, of course, is 13. There's another way to write this as an addition problem. We can switch the numbers and put 5 plus 8 is equal to 13. Now to make a subtraction problem, this is where it gets a little tricky for some people. 13 minus, well, you could put 5 here or you could put 8 here. And then whichever one you didn't do on the last one, you got to do here. So if you wrote 13 minus 8 on that one, then that's okay, as long as you put 13 minus 5 on this one here. Now if you didn't do it right though, pause the video and try it again. I want you to think about what this actually means. Some kids have some struggles with this, okay? And I'm going to show you what that would look like right now. All right, let's take a family of facts that's got, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different objects in it. And then I'm going to split this right here. What I have here is 4 different math problems represented. On this side, I have 4 objects, and on this side, I have 5 objects. So I could do 4 plus 5 equals 9. I can reverse those, make it 5 plus 4 equals 9. I could now make a subtraction problem, which is the whole thing, all of these x's. I could take these away first. So that would look like 9 taking 4 away, and what do I get? 5 that are left over here. Or instead of taking these away, I could take these away. So I could be doing 9 take away 5 is equal to 4. Again, notice 4, 5, and 9 are in every single one of the problems. I also want you to notice that the subtraction problems and the addition problems all end with the same number or start with the same number. So on the addition problems, we have a 9 as the answer every time. On the subtraction problems, we have a 9 as the first number of the problem on both of those. All right, continuing along with the problems on the page. Number 3 shows you, this is really how you're going to do these on your daily math. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 minus 7 is 8 right here. 15 minus 8 equals 7. And 9 plus 8 equals 17. Okay, how do we pick out and circle this one problem here as not fitting into the family of facts? Well, this one has 7, 8, 15. This next one has 7, 8, 15. This other one over here has 7, 8, and 15. All three of those use the same three numbers, 7, 8, and 15. This one, however, uses 9, 8, and 17. The only one that's the same is the 8. But there are two new numbers, two different numbers in that math problem. So that's the oddball. That's the one that does not belong. Okay, when you do these, you need to answer the math facts out here and the end along with picking the one that does not belong. So go ahead and do number 4, answer all 4 of those, and circle the one that does not belong. All right, so you should have already done number 4 on your own. 8 plus 6 is 14. 13 minus 4 is 9. 14 minus 6 is 8. And 14 minus 8 is 6. Now, what I notice is that 6, 8, and 14 are in this one. 6, 8, and 14 are in that one. 6, 8, and 14 are in that one. This one has no 6 or 8 in it. It's only actually doesn't have any of the same numbers. It's got 13, 4, and 9. None of those numbers are the same as in the other three problems. You don't pick it based on, sometimes kids say, oh, this one's a subtraction problem and the other ones are all addition problems, or this one's an addition problem, the other ones are subtraction problems. That's not how you pick the answer. It's got to be based on the numbers that are in there. All right, pause the video and, oh, actually don't pause the video yet. Let's do some stuff together here. We're moving on to number 5, where we're going to be regrouping, where the answer is going to be greater than 20 and sometimes greater than 30. So let's see how we do this. I'm going to give you some tips. I'm doing number 5 with you here. Just watch me. 9 plus 9 is 18. I start with the bigger numbers. And I know what 9 times 2 is. That's 18, so I can go faster that way. And then I add 2 to that, and I get 20. I've got a 0 here, and I regrouped with the 2 up to the top. Okay, because the answer is not 10, it's 20 there. And then I've got 2, 4, and 5 being added together. 2 and 4 is 6. 6 and 5 is 11. Regroup with the 1 right there. 1 and 1 makes 2. All right, let's take a look at number 6. 4 and 7 and 2 and 3. I'm looking for groups that make 10. That makes it go a little faster for me. 7 and 3 combine to make 10. And then I've got 4 and 2 left. And so 10 and 6, 4 plus 2 is 6, makes 16. So I put a 1 up there. And now again, I'm looking for groups that make 10. I see a 9 and a 1. That's 10. And then other than that, I don't see a 10. I'm going to go to the 6's next to make this easier. 6 and 6 makes 12. So 10 and 12 makes 22. 10 and 10 makes 20. 10 and 12 makes 22. 22 and 8. 8 is the last one I have there. Well, what's 2 plus 8? 2 plus 8 is 10, so 22 plus 8 would be 30. Put the 0 down, bring the 3 up here for the 30, okay, which is actually 300 in this case. 3, 2, and 3 makes 8. 4 and nothing makes 4. All right, go ahead and pause the video. I would like you to do 7 and 8. When you're done with both of those, turn the video back on to see the solutions. All right, so you should have already tried 7 on your own. I'm looking for things that make 10 in here, and I don't see anything that makes a 10. I do notice, oh yeah, I got 10 right here. 7 and 3. Didn't notice it at first. So that's 10. 9 and 3 makes 12. 10 and 12 makes 22. So I'm going to bring the 2 up here for the 20 and put the 2 down for the 1's place. Now I'm looking for another group that makes 10. I've got 8 and 2. That makes 10. I've got 6 and 6. That makes 12. 10 and 12 is 22. And then I'm going to add 9. Here's how I add 9 to that. 22 plus 10 is 32. Let me say that again. 22 and 10 makes 32. So 22 and 9 would be one less than that, or 31. Put the 1 down here and regroup with the 3. Then I have 3 and 1, which makes 4 there, and 4 and 4 makes 8. The answer is 812. Here I see I've got 7 and 8 and 7 and 8. That means all I have to do is double the answer of 7 and 8. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 and 15, and if you can't solve this in your head, you could do it off to the side over here or something to solve it. But that makes 30. Regroup with the 3 up there, and I notice, let's see, 6 and 4 makes 10. I'm going to do that first, and then 8 and 3 makes 11. 10 and 11 is equal to 21. 2 and 1 makes 3. All right, try numbers 9 and 10 on your own. Pause the video, then turn it back on. So you should have already done number 9, and I noticed that 8 and 2 makes 10, and then I add 2 more to make 12. Regroup with the 1 up there. 1 and 9 makes 10, and 9 and 6 makes 15. So 10 and 15 is 25, and then I'm going to add 6. 25 plus 6. How do I do that in my head? Well, 25 plus 5 is 30. That's easy, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 25 plus 5 is 30, so 25 plus 6 is going to be 31. If you made a mistake on any of this, pause the video, erase, and fix it. And then I'm regrouping with the 3 up there. 3 and 4 makes 7, and 2 and 1 makes 3. 3,712. All right, you should have already done number 10. If you realize you made a mistake at any point in time, you can always pause, fix it before you see me do it. That'll help you to be a better math student, okay? 6 and 2 is 8. 8, 9, and 4. I don't see anything that makes 10 in there, so I'm going to add the big numbers together first. 8 plus 9 is 17, because 8 and 8 is 16, so 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 and 4. That might be a little tricky for some of you, but I add 3 to 17 to get 20, so 4 and 17 makes 21. Put down the 1, regroup with the 2, 2 and 3 makes 5. All right, pause the video, do the basic fact practice, all the problems down below as fast as you can, then turn the video back on to see the answers. All right, so you should have done all these by now. I'm about to show you the answers. Here they come. There are the answers to the basic math fact practice. So, I want you to pause the video and check those, erase and change any wrong answers. And don't forget to always show your work on everything you possibly can on your math. Always put those dollar signs on. Go back and check your work. Put the decimal points in for money and dollar signs. Cent signs never go with decimal points. Make sure you add up those check answers for real, not just copying the number that's in the corner down below the line. And if you don't get something to add up, that means you got a little more work to do. You are not done with that box yet. You got to find your own mistake and realize what you did wrong, or ask somebody for help. Alrighty, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.